Today I'm doing a story introduction of all nursery rhymes. Yep. So this one is Mother Goose laid 3 eggs. The first one hatch, a boy. Big flat feet and noisy. 1 week later, the second egg hatched, a girl. Floppy wings. Laid an egg to hatch. For a whole week was the third one, another boy. Shy and dreamy, Mummy called small Boo, Lucy, and small. Mother Goose was very proud of them. Mother Goose taught her gooselings how to do all things that geese do. How to nibble at soft wet grass. How to swim up and down the great wide river. Mother Goose. How the duck kept their heads under water, looking for water weed. How to sleep on one leg, like a pink flamingo, on the river bank. That was hard challenge. Most of all, Mother Goose taught them how to wobble, waddle along behind in a row, waddle, waddle, wobble, wobble, waddle, waddle. Keep up. Come on, said Mother Goose, when small Goose stopped. Staring at butterflies. Boo, don't splash. Boo jumped in a puddle. Waddle, waddle. Nicely, Lucy was flapping at wasps. That reminds me of me having lots of flies and wasps that go through the open window space. So Mother Goose started to tell them rhymes, happy and or sad, rhymes, even silly, cracking up a joke, comedy, rhymes, and all 3 fell asleep. Gooselings at Mother Goose rhymes. 3 various types of rhymes for 3 small Lucy and the other one. Boo. Lucy wandered off and saw a beetle. Boo saw a puddle. Rhyme, rhyme, rhyme. More rhymes from Mother Goose started telling them about other gooses, goslings, coots, rats, and other creatures at the river. Wild heron and children everywhere. Gooselings were having sleepy mornings when it was time to get up for breakfast time. They always had a new idea for a new day. Gooselings loved watching the trains, loved watching 5 trains through an open window, chuggering, chugga chugga, engine, carrying humans and all the train noises. 1, 2, 3, off we go, shouted Chung Chung, Chung Chung, toot toot, impersonating the train. Down the station, early morning, see little puffer trains. all in a row. Engine driver, turn little handle, jog, jog, toot, toot. Off we go. One misty morning, cloudy weather, there was an old man clothed in leather, entirely all leather, without cap under his chin. How do you do? Where's your hat? Or cap under his chin? How do you do? How are you? How are you? Asked the stranger. Was that a mistake? Someone outside in the cold without a hat? But in fact, he had a hat, and he was dressed in all leather. So he had probably more clothing than the stranger. Chuk, 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 chuk. A hen, cluck, 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 cluck. How many chickens have you got? Response, I got 10. 4 of them yellow, 4 of them brown, 2 of them speckled, the nicest in town. Leslie, and Elsie. They went up, and they had best friends who were swine, pig. While they were lying in bed till 8 or 9 at the farm. We get up early, don't we, Mummy? Reply, yes, we do, said Mother Goose. You woke me 5 in the morning. That's very early, Mummy. No, you just bounce up and down on top of me until I wake up. Do you like that, Mummy? Sometimes I like, reply from Mum. Sometimes I don't like, reply from Mum. It's rather nice to stay in bed until 8 or 9. No, it wouldn't, replied the baby. Yes, it would, replied the mum. Lazy, Mummy, replied the baby. We'd better wake you up until 4. I better wake you up at 4 in the morning tomorrow, Mummy. Don't you dare, laughed Mother. Pat a cake, baker's man. Bake me a cake as fast as you can. Pat it and prick it, and mark it with B. Put it in the oven for baby and me. Please porridge hot, please porridge cold, please porridge in a pot, 9 days old. Some like it hot, some like it cold, some like it in the pot, 9 days old. I went to Bonner, I met a pig without a wig, upon my word and my word of honour. I've never been a pig in a wig, said Goose. Would you like to have a wig? Asked Baby. That wasn't a pig wig, laughed Baby. Shaggy dog wig, laughed Baby. Pigs don't bark, they oink. So if they say oink, oink, oi, oi there, while the dogs probably say hey, hey there. Behind some ferns, acting as human, sulking, so sad, worried, from Mama Goose. He'd come out when they're hungry. Who comes out when they're hungry? Behind the ferns. Did someone say hungry? Pant, 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 pant. Yes, laughed Mother Goose. I think it's dinner time. Come on, everyone. Let's splosh into the river. Jerry Hall, he is small, a rat could eat him, hat and all. There's a giant rat that wanted to eat a human. Little parrot, little Polly parrot, sat on the window sill, eating the human eating toast and tea. You don't eat tea. A little brown mouse jumped into the house and stole it away. Oh no, no more toast, no more tea. The teapot fell and the bread vanished. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Gently down the stream, if you see a crocodile, don't forget to scream. The lesson, how to love unconditionally. Hickory, pickory, and black hen, she lays eggs for gentlemen. Every day they see a black hen. Hen doth lay, sometimes 9 and sometimes 10. Hickety pickety, my black hen. Cock-a-doodle-doo, cock-a-doodle-doo, my dame lost her shoe. So the dame would be someone who is probably single or virgin. My master lost a fiddly stick for his violin, and knows not what to do. Who took the shoe, and who took the fiddling stick? The rooster. Ride a rock horse to Bunbury Cross to see a fine lady on a white horse. Rings on her fingers, bells on her toes. She loves music wherever she goes. I had a little horse named Dappled Grey, his head made of gingerbread, his tail made of hay. Amble, trot, carry, to carry a mustard pot. Why mustard? How about horseradish? Could be umble, to trot, to carry a huge water pot all the way to Windsor Castle. Mummy, mummy, said baby Goose, how many times have I told you not to splash? Baby replied, Mummy, mummy, I like to splash just as much as puddles make splashes too. And every time it rains, Mummy, mummy, look at me. In the deepest puddle, 1, 2, 3, splosh, kersplosh. Ooh, come up now, out of that rainy day. Indoors, not outdoors, because you will soon be coughing and crying, replied Mamma Goose. I better tell you another rhyme. No more puddles, indeed. Dr. Foster, shower of rain, because he stepped in puddles, right in the middle, but he would never do it again. Yep. Doctor learned the lesson. Going to St. Ives, I met a man with 7 wives. Each wife had 7 sacks. Each wife had 7 cats. Each wife had 7 kits. Kittens and kits and cats, sacks and wives. How many were going to St. Ives? Crowd of people. A man in the wilderness asked me, How many strawberries grow in the sea? What if we had fish in trees and strawberries in in the ocean? Let me think. As many as they're red berries that grow in the woodlands, to replace them with fish and put the berries and strawberries in the sea. Georgie Porgy, Puddling and Pie kissed the girls and made them cry. When boys came out to play, Georgie Porgy run away. Yep, he was obviously not suited, so other boys joined in. You kiss me good night every night, Mummy, said Baby. But sometimes I don't kiss you, said Baby. Oh no, you won't kiss me. I'll run off and hide in an old bucket, said Baby Goose. I'm still going to kiss you, said the sibling. Lucy is kissing the bucket, pretending it is you. My darling, you know, I can't really call you that. So they sang about boys and girls to come out and play instead. The moon doth shine as bright as day. Leave your supper, leave your sleep, and join the jolly good fellow, party in the street. Come and whoop, come and call. Goodwill for all. Up the ladder, down the ladder, up the ladder, down the wall. Half a penny of loaf serve us all. Half a pot of milk, a full glass of milk, and flour for bread in half an hour. Little Jack Horner sat in the corner eating a Christmas pie. He put in his thumb and pulled out a plum. What a good boy am I? Question. Greedy. Did he share it? Lavender blue, diddle diddle. Lavender green, diddle day. When I'm king, diddle diddle, I shall be queen some day. What? Call up all men, diddle diddle. Set them to work, diddle diddle. Some plough, diddle diddle. Some push a cart, diddle diddle. Some make hay, diddle day. Some will thresh corn. Whilst you and I, diddle diddle, keep ourselves warm. Ooh, talk about inequality. Act in action. I will sit on the river bank. You will fetch weed for me to eat in a silver platter, said Goose. Before I jump into puddles, before I jump into pools, to swim, all kings are allowed to play games. What kings? It's only a crossword. It's a crossword to find the word king. I'm in a bad mood all day long because everyone's making rules and breaking them. We'll never find a king for all the ages. And if we do, I will let you know. They wanted to change the crossword puzzle because they couldn't find the word king. Frustrated little enemy. Little boy blue, come blow your horn. Come blow your horn. Come with your sheep in the meadow. Come with your cows in the fields. But there is a boy looking after sheep under haycock, fast asleep. Who will wake him? Not I. For if I do, he'll surely cry. Don't wake me up. He's asleep of death. Little boy, Willie boy, where are you going? I'm coming with you. I will go with you, if I may. I'm going to the meadow, reply comes, to see them mowing a field, and I'm going to help them make the hay. Ah, teamwork. Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, 3 bags full. 1 for the master, 1 for the dame, and 1 for the little boy who lives down the lane. Ooh, said the pigeon. Ooh, said the pigeon. Ooh. We didn't do that to the pigeon's feathers. If I had a donkey that wouldn't do anything, would I beat the donkey to make the donkey go? I'll put him in the barn and give him some corn. The next day, it was the best little donkey that I have ever known. Mother Goose, when will I be a good goose? And when I be a good goose and a big goose like you, I will know everything just like you do. Of course, replied Mother Goose. Remember everything I tell you, so that you can be knowledgeable. And you will be as big as me, an adult goose, one day. Yes, replied Baby Goose, I try to be just like you, wise and an old goose. And not an old git. Ooh, a wise old owl was in the oak tree one evening, and everyone heard the owl hoot. The less people spoke and were silent, the more they heard the wise old bird. Little Jack Sprat once had a pig, very little pig, and a very big pig, a lean, thin pig and a fat pig. It was a good pig to grunt and a little Jack Sprat. Little pig, roast beef. Pig stayed at home. Pig went to market and cried wee, 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 wee all the way home. This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stayed at home. This little piggy had roast beef. This little piggy, vegan, had none. And this little piggy was crying all the way home. How many miles to Babylon, Jerusalem? When you arrive after 10 miles, get 10 candles and have some dimmed light and have some nibbles so that you can get on your heels in the morning, on your heels that are nimble. Wow. Further to say, Mother Goose, after score of many miles wandering and wobbling about, do I have a candle? No, I don't have a candle. Geese can fly very far without needing any light and still be precise after practicing our flight. We go anywhere we want, even to Babylon in Jerusalem, flapping their wings. There was a very cooked, crooked man. Walked for miles, and he wore a crooked hat, and he caught a crooked mouse. They were living together in a crooked house. Rhubarb, dub, dub, 3 men in tub. How do you think they are? The butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker. All 3. That's hilarious. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All king's horses, all king's men could not put Humpty Dumpty together again. Oh no. Jack and Jill went up a hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown. Jill came tumbling after. There was an old woman lived under a tree. She's not gone yet. She lives up there still. Ring a roses, a pocket full of posies, a tissue. We all fell down. That reminds me of COVID pandemic. Ladybird, fly away. Fly, fly, fly. Find your home and your children, except one, little Anne. She crept under the warming pan. Incy Wincy Spider, climbing up the spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Come up the sun and dry up all the rain. Incy Wincy Spider came tumbling down. Wincy Spider climbed up again. In the sunshine, little Bo Peep can't tell where to find. Peep lost all her sheep to bring them back to their home again. What did little Bo Peep do? She fell asleep and dreamt about all her sheep coming home and bleating, but when she awoke, she found it was a joke. They're still fleeting. Then she took her little crook, determined to find them. Indeed she did find them. It made her heart full of love bleed, for they left their tails behind them. So they lost all their tails. they found a story and lost a tail. It happened one day. Maybe they were chased by a wolf. Bo Peep did stray into the meadow and found all their tails. The tails were hanging up on a tree to dry. She heaved a sigh, wiped her eyes, and over the hill Lock was rambling and tried what she could, as a shepherdess could, to tack again each to its lamb skin kin. So she put all those tails back on the sheep. Oh, wow. How exciting. I can count. Go on then, Mama Goose said. 1 lamb, 2 lamb, said Baby. 3 lamb, said Baby. Can we have a rhyme about a baby sheep, Mummy? All right, said Mum Goose. I must really do one more counting. Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow, and everywhere Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. That reminds me of me and Percha. I had a lamb that did that exact same thing. Pause. The lamb followed Mary everywhere, against her rules and the home rules. It made children laugh and play to see the lamb at school one day. Yeah, that's the future. Yep, the school represents the future. 1, 2, 3, 4. Mary at the cottage door. 5, 6, 7, 8. Eating cherries off a plate. Sounds similar to apples and pears going up the stairs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Once I caught a fish alive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once I caught a fish alive. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I let it go again. Oh, why did you let the fish go? Because it bit my finger so. Ouch. Which finger did it bite? This little finger on my right. Ooh. Ooh. Naughty fish. Mama Goose, said Baby Goose, I like these counting rhymes. If all the seas were one sea, there was a great sea and a smaller sea. The great tree was near the sea, and the axeman was near the tree. The great axe that would be. If all men were as one man, what would the great man do? The great man took the great axe and cut down the great tree and let it fall into the great one united sea. What a splash, what a splish that would be. Oh my goodness, that reminds me of Facebook. My tree into the sea. Yes, said Mother Goose. What a story that is, said Mother Goose. Did you like it? Asked Mother Goose. Baby Goose said the last one was scary. I don't want the tree falling into the sea, said one baby. The other baby said the opposite. I want the tree to fall into the sea to make a boat. That's the great mystery. 3 wise men of Gotham, they went into the sea, into a giant soup bowl. The bowl was so big, and they are so strong enough to see us sing a song in the storm of a wild sea. There was an old woman called Nothing at All, Nico, who lived in a dwelling exceedingly small, Nico. A man stretched his mouth, and it was to the utmost extent, opened wide, and one gulp the house and the old woman had vanished. What was that? It's then Neko. So it was a Nico, and then it became a Neko. And the old woman was actually a snail. And what the French people do is eat snails. So she was a Nico and became a Neko, which in Seba Croat means she was a nobody that became a somebody because a monster had swallowed her whole. Ooh, she became a royal poop. Poor old lady. That reminds me of my new broadband provider and President Macron. Sing, 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 what shall I sing? The cat ran away with a puddling string. Do, 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 what shall I do? The cat had bitten it quite in two. That means uselessness. A tool that cannot be used. Oh, no, no, no. That sounds like my rabbit that chews the wires. So she's better off in the cage, isn't she? Wah, wah, wah. We're talking about you, Wawa. Wawa! You're up there. She's on the top level, hiding. Who's that ringing my doorbell? A little pussycat. It wasn't very well. A little nose and a little mutton fat. The best cure for the little pussycat. What, she had to eat some fat? Ooh, Mother Goose, Mummy, where does the man on the moon go when the moon gets too small for the human? Does it go on holiday to Norwich? Like they're up on the moon of dreams. When will the man come down soon, the dream maker? The man on the moon came down too soon. Uh-oh. Asked his way to Norwich. Norwich in England, went down to south and burst his mouth with supping cold plum porridge. Very hot porridge. Had hurt his mouth. That's a mystery. Well, what does that mean? I have no idea. Sounds very mysterious. Maybe something he had said that he shouldn't have said that gave people bad dreams. So he was no longer a pleasant dream maker. He was a bad dream maker, by the sounds of it. Bad fantasy. This is another one that's mysterious about the moon. And it's not a man, it's a cow. I'm calling the woman cow. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle, and the cow jumped over the moon. Maybe the cow got too excited about the music or something. The cat playing the fiddle. The little dog laughed to see such sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon. What? The dish ran away with the spoon. Oh, so that, I think it describes poverty, and that when you don't have enough food to eat, you just play music. And then you feel so happy and excited that you don't need the food. That's the mystery revealed. Hush a baby on the tree top. When the wind blows, the cradle will mock. When the bow breaks, the cradle will fall. Blow. Down will come baby, cradle and all. Ball. Goose, goose, grey goose, waft your wings together. Carry the good king's daughter over one strand of river. You carry the princess on your own. We don't need to do that, said Goose, but we have to rescue the princess. Do you think she'll be really grateful, Mummy, that Goose would help her? Or will we just drop her in the big water down below? If she's not grateful for us helping her, then she will still be stuck in even deeper problem in the big water. There will be no one to rescue her because she wasn't really grateful. This is what the family of Goose and Geese had said. Probably someone else is even more grateful if you dropped her into the big water. Because she's a selfish, spoiled brat. Well, that's all right then, said the family of Goose. Don't ever help a selfish, spoiled brat. Sing a song of sixpence, a pocket full of rye, 24 blackbirds baked in a pie. When the pie was opened, the birds began to sing. Was not that a dainty dish set for a king? Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. How many birds, black birds, does a king eat? That sounds like Jezebel, witch, who killed all the prophets and priestess and priests and preachers, except for one black bird, except for one who bit the Queen Jezebel from the Bible, who bit her nose. The king was in his counting house, counting out his money. The queen was at the parlour, eating bread and honey. The maid was in the garden, hanging out the clothes. Out came the black bird and snapped off her nose. Someone was being nosy while they were hanging the clothes. Ooh, so the single person's less important than the couple. So you had the king and the queen, who are more important, counting the money and eating the honey. The couple's more important than the single person, who was the maid, who got pecked on the nose. Oh my. So they want to change the original story of the Jezebel witch, who was part of the couple. She was a couple. And it wasn't the bird that bit her, it was the dogs that bit her. So that has swapped from the original story in the Torah. To me, this is what I believe, that it's taken from that story and changed, rearranged into some other story, which is an English nursery rhyme. Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Wheat, maybe, instead of whey? There came a big spider who sat down beside her and frightened Miss Muffet away. So who is symbolic for a spider that has many eyes and many legs? Ooh. So again, they're demonizing the European Union and all her countries, which is symbolic for the spider, and they're making out it to be a bad guy, and the good guy is supposed to be the Little Miss Muffet, the English Empire. That's how I see it. Who has even more nations as an owner. You have to sit on a tuffet. All right. Sat on a tuffet grass that looks like moss. All right. But I haven't got any porridge of curds or wheat whey. Well, we'll have to pretend. You're supposed to scream and run away when you see a spider, and also pretend. I was just pretending to be a spider. I was pretending to be Little Miss Muffet. I was pretending to be the moss and the full dish. Two little dicky birds sitting on a wall, one named Peter, one named Paul. Fly away, Peter, fly away, Paul. Come back, Peter, come back, Paul. That reminds me of someone. Uncle Roger and Brother Paul. Yuck, horrible horror. No. I had a little hen, the prettiest ever seen. Washed 2 dishes and kept my house clean. The little hen went to the mill to fetch some flour. She brought home in 1 hour, and she baked my bread in 2 hours, and she brewed my ale in 3 hours, and she set up a nice warm fire in 3 hours. Or is that 4 hours? I lost count. Wow, talk about service and service user. I had a little nut tree, nothing would bear. No silver nut, no golden pear. The King of Spain daughter visited, and for all of everybody's sake, one little nut came out of the tree. It grew on the tree. "Mummy," said baby Goose, "how old is that nut tree?" "Must be very old to only have one nut." "I'll come to visit you," said Mother Goose to baby Goose, "and a little robin bird will come and visit you too, in our tree." Oh, what does that mean? Will the old person be robbed of her children and she will not be able to have any more? Ooh, no, scary, sad. No one special. See the horror hidden in these rhymes? Hector Protector, King and Queen. They did not like Hector. Hector Protector was sent away, not to be ever seen. Old King Cole was a merry old soul was he. He called for his pipe, and he called for his bowl, and he called for his fiddling. 3 violinists of 3 players. Each fiddler, he had a fiddle, twiddle-dee. Oh, there was none as rare and as special compared to thee. Compared to them, you. Entertainment business industry, the King Cole, and the fiddlers of 3. So does that mean there isn't a double duplicated on social media for all entertainment? Does that mean they have 3 copies? Oh my, 3 copies of all films and all creativities. Here we go round the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush, the mulberry bush. Here we go round the mulberry bush on a cold and frosty morning. This is the way we wash our hands, wash our hands, wash our hands. This is the way we wash our hands on a cold and frosty morning. This is the way we wash our clothes, wash our clothes, wash our clothes. This is the way we wash our clothes on a cold and frosty morning. "Mummy," said children baby Goose, "I'd like to make some bubbles tonight in a bathtub. I have a cough, and I'm coughing every second, breaking down my little beak. Oh, gasping for some nice warm tea afterwards, or hot cocoa, to cough up the horrible weed that made me sicky." Mama Goose agreed. "Little Polly Pat, put the kettle on for your bath," said Mother Goose. "Before your tea. Polly, put the kettle on. Polly, put the kettle on. Polly, put the kettle on. We all have some tea. Saki or Suki, off again. Suki, off again. Suki, off again. We've all gone away. Blow the fire, make a toast. Put muffins on the toast, on the roast. Who's going to eat the most? And we will all have tea." Ooh, so they're watching you. They're observing who's going to eat the most. I'm little teapot, short and stout. Here's my handle, here's my spout. When I see teacups, hear me shout. Tip me up and pour me out. Little teapot. Oh, the Beauty and the Beast. The north wind doth blow, we shall have snow, we will be there, together with the robin bird. Poor thing, sitting on the windowsill, to keep warm, no more shiver, shiver, poor thing. Three little kittens, they lost their mittens, they began to cry. Oh, my mother dear, we sadly fear. What have we lost? Our mittens? Oh, no, no, you naughty kittens. Then you have no pie. Meow, meow, meow. No, they cried, we need some pie. We shall have no pie until we find our lost mittens. God loves me. Gloves. The three little kittens found their mittens and began to cry happy tears this time. We shall all have pie. Put your mittens, you silly kittens, in the same place. Prr, 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 prr. Satisfied contentment, said little kittens. Silly kittens that found their mittens and put them in a perfect place, all ready to have some pie. Oh, let us all have some pie. That's a nice story, Mummy, about being silly. Can I be silly? Now, after I've had my sleep in the morning, laying on my back and waving my feet in the air. Get dressed, said Mum to baby Goose. We're going to be singing a marching song and acting like soldiers. Get dressed, said Mamma Goose in the morning. The grand old Duke of York. Oh, the grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the hill, and he marched them down again. When they were up, and when they were down, they were down. When they were only halfway up, they were neither up or down. Ooh, what does that mean? Oh, let's reveal the secret. Deep, dark, and dangerous. Pussycat, pussycat, where have you been? I've been in London to look at the Queen. Pussycat, pussycat, what did you find? A frightened little mouse under the chair of the Queen. What does that mean? Or is it the other way around? The Queen of Hearts made some tarts on a summer day. The Knave of Hearts stole the tarts, took them clean away. The King of Hearts called the tarts, beat up the naughty, bad, mad knave. Full of store, he had gone out, burgled them all. The Knave of Hearts brought back the tarts and vowed and promised he'll never steal again. He'll never steal them again. That sounds like politicians to me. Monday child, Tuesday child, Wednesday child, Thursday child, Friday child, Saturday child, Sabbath day, bony and brittle, wooden and grey. A fair face, a full face, a warning to go far away. and to be loving and giving and to be taking on a Saturday. That's interesting. So they've made some type of a spiritual connection to the days of the week. What? When was I born? Asked Mama Goose. No, asked the baby goose. Mother Goose said, "You're a winter baby." Of course, I remember your date of birth. When you were little chick, you couldn't fly. Now you're bigger, you can fly. Let's fly together again. What does that mean? Is Mama Goose having another baby? Baby chick? Little Tommy Tucker singing for his supper. What shall we give Tucker? A bread and butter? How shall we cut it without a knife? Oh no! How well was he married without a wife? Oh, Tommy Tucker! He rhymes with something terrible. Simple Simon meant a pieman. He had meetings. It was going fair. It was going simple for Simon, who was a salesman, pieman. Everyone wanted his pie for the first penny and second penny, said Simple Simon, for all his pies. That's why he was called pieman, indeed, until he had none. He had none. He had not had any left. So does that mean something to do with nun, monastery, Catholics? They had no credentials? Mary, Mary, quite contrary, how does your garden grow? With silver bells and cockle shells and pretty maids, virgin, all of them in a row. Round and round the garden like a teddy bear. One step, two step, tickly under there. Oh, you're tickling me! Oh, I think that means something to do with being cheeky and naughty. I don't think I heard me say anything naughty to you, Mummy, or anything frightened to you, Mummy, had I? I've always been a good little geese and said hello to every birdie without shouting at the sparrow, and so they wouldn't flew away. They did not flew away. Does that mean I am timid? No. You simply were very well behaved, replied Mother Goose. Well done for not scaring the birdies away, not being too loud. Once a little bird came hop, 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 and I cried, little bird, will you stop, stop, stop? I was going to the window to say, how do you do? He shook his little tail and flew. Away he flew. So shaking his little tail left and right means no, no, no. Don't talk to me. Humans don't talk to animals or plants. And the past does not exist. All of that. Contrary, my friend. Oh, where, little dog, are you? Oh, where, little dog? Short and blue, your tail is long. Cut it, oh, where are you, little dog? So they're looking for the dog's tail, but the story of the tail is it's a missing animal. And it's a blue clue. You'll have to find the story of the dog in order to find where the dog is missing and why the dog is missing. Interesting. So it's like a trail following the tail. Interesting rhyme, old Mother Hubbard. who went to her cupboard to fetch the poor dog's bone. Came there, but the cupboard was bare, so the poor dog had none. Oh no, that sounds like a curse of naked and bare. Again, another discredit. Fiddle-dee-dee, fiddle-dee-dee, the fly shall marry a humble bee. They went to church and marriage, and now they fly as a married couple who became as one humble bee. That doesn't sound right, Mummy. I'm getting bored with this. How can a wasp or a bee get married to a dragonfly? Or get dragonfly marry a worm, or the bee marry a poo fly? Oh, they cannot be a darling, Mummy. How does the slug marry? What does the slug marry? The slug is getting married to who? This is confusing anyway. The slug got married to the spider. This is wrong, Mummy. This is wrong. Sing another rhyme. They didn't like that. They got frustrated because they were an odd couple. Hickory dickory dock, mouse ran up the clock. Clock struck one, mouse came down. Hickory dickory dock. So coming down, it means something to do with the authority. It's the authority that makes everything tick-tock, not the clock. Gobbler, cobbler, mend your shoe, get it done 2:30. Stitch it up, snitch it up, and I'll give you half a crown coin. So they used to have a coin that would be half of something. A half of penny, a half of a pound, a half of a 50 pence. What? Horsey, horsey, don't you stop. Let your feet go clippity-clop. Your tail goes swoosh. Your wheels go round. Giddy up. You are homeward. Homeward. Bound. Are they really going home though? Or are they just going in the woods where they've kidnapped all the kids? And they became a reindeer or some type of a deer. Witch and wizard. Because it sounds too similar to home woods or woods. Home in the woods. Homeward. Scary. These rhymes are getting very scary, said Baby Goose. I want clippity splosh and splish. Is it a seahorse, Mummy? Ah! Goosey Lucy, don't you stop. Just let your feet go clippity splosh. Tail go wiggle and your wings go flop. After lunch we'll have a nap and see the seahorses instead of the woodland witch. Ooh. Trippy trip, troppity trippity trip. What? A gentleman was going on a gallop and trot on his horse, in the way the farmers ride, jiggity jog. When they came to the hedge, and they jumped over the hedge, and when they came to the slippery place, they scrambled and scrambled, tumbled down Dick. Oh, sounds very similar to racing horses. From the farm to the race, to the market to buy a big fat pig, home again, jiggity jig, to the market to buy a fat hog, Home again, jiggity jog. The market to the market to buy a plum bun. Home again, market is done. What they associate the fruit plum to a pig. Jack, be nimble. Jack, be quick. Jack, jump over the candlestick. Ooh, the challenge of the dogs. They can't, said the goose. I can jump higher over the candlestick, said Goose. I can jump even higher over the trees and look up at the clouds, said Goose. Up to the sky. I am not silly. I can puddle in the big water, splash as duck feathers, even over the sea. Yes, this is our ability. Better than dog, said Goose. Jumping Joan, when nobody with me, I'm all alone. On what is this thing called? I think she was hopscotch, I think it is. Froggy, froggy, hoppity hop. When you get to the sea, you do not stop. Flop, flop, flop. The frog went to the sea. Ooh. The frog had to stop because it was too deep. Goosey, goosey, gander, whither shall I wander? Upstairs, downstairs, in my lady's chamber. Then I met an old man, would say his prayers, he would say his prayers. Took him by the left leg and threw him down the stairs. Oh, Goosey, does that remind you of? Oh, no. Some old man who had heard someone upstairs. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Ooh, that reminds me of death. Out into the space, in the universe, out of this world. Achoo! Achoo! Mummy, I am sneezing. Does that mean I haven't recovered from being sick, eh? Said Gooselings. About me, Mummy. Can you tell me, am I well? Is it coldy flu? When will I get better? Settle down, said Mother Goose. Listen. You will get better. There was an old woman tossed up in a basket 17 times as high as the moon. Where's she going? I couldn't ask, but in her hand she carried a broom. Old woman, old woman, old woman, where are you going up so high? To brush the cobwebs from the sky. May I go with you? Bye. Ooh. So I think they wanted to clear up all that mucus and bad dirt inside the body, and then you'll be better again. That's the whole point of the story for the Gooselings. Wee wee Willie Winky runs through the town, upstairs, downstairs in the nightgown, rapping up a window, tapping at the glass, crying through the lock, and all the children are all in bed, for now it is 8 o'clock. Wee wee Willie Winky. So also sleep will help you be better, said Mama Goose to Gooselings. Diddle diddle dump, diddle diddle dump, dumpling. Son John. went to bed with his trousers on, his shoes off, trousers off. Diddle diddle dumpling, my son John. What are these stories? His rhymes getting more scary. Don't sleep with your clothes on. What? Being naked in your bed or in your nightdress does not make you necessarily well again. Having a good bath and wash and hygienic does make you well. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. I wish I may, I miss, I wish I might have the wish I wish tonight. Wishful thinking. I need a dink, Mummy, but I don't want to wake up to pee at night. Wishful thinking. If I didn't have a dinky dink drink, then I don't need to sleep. But I need to sleep to be better, Mummy. I don't want to be waken up at night. Yep. So what could we eat and drink that will make us feel fresh? Maybe a mint sweet will make you feel fresh. Or sucking on some ice lolly. Some cold lolly, like a mint lolly or something like that. To feel fresh, as if you've drunk some water, but you're not drinking. You're getting ready for sleepy times.